This is KShar, author of From Persia to Tarantulas and founder of Persian Cooking Academy. I am honored to have this moment to talk about what I have done over the period of 4 years. I've started KShar Kitchen, and through cooking I've always talked about relationship and life as a whole. I try to teach everyone who was watching my videos how to lead a better life, because happiness is the goal for everyone who had the chance to be alive. We want to be happy. We want to see what we need to do to lead a happy life. Relationship is one of the most important foundation. To me, existence is based on the relationship. Look at the relationship between sun and earth, seed and soil, tree and the fruit, father and son, husband and wife, your boss and yourself. Everyone who crosses your path creates a relationship. Everything that exists is based on the relationship. To me, what is important is the key to happiness is try to be a good student instead claiming to be a teacher. Because when you are a teacher, your expectation goes up and you expect something in return. As a student, your expectation is low, and whatever happens is a reward and is icing on the cake. Everyone who crosses your path is your teacher. Every incident that happens in your life is a lesson, and every moment is a lifetime, so you don't have much time to learn. And now the year is coming to an end. We want to see what we've done last year or the previous months, this is the 12th month of the year. Are you happy with what you've done? Is there anything that you want to change? Is your relationship with your spouse, your boss, your children, or anyone who's in your life is a relationship that you are proud of? Is there anything that you want to change about that? What I will do, I've decided that from now on, once a month I will have a show that will talk about these. And I will try to guide you in every direction that I can, and then you can send me your emails and we can go back and forth and talk about it. But the most important thing is that my goal is to make your life a better place, your world a better place for you to live. I've always told myself, we keep telling this, I've heard so many people say that I wish I was back in my 20s. I know how to live my life. I would implement everything that I've learned so far, starting from that age. And we all know that we don't have that chance. But I'm creating that chance for myself. I'm trying to teach what I have learned through the course of my life to you, so you can lead a better life. I will not be here, but what you've learned from these videos is something that would help you to carry on and be proud of the person that you have turned out to be. Imagine that you are 20 years old or 25 years old, but you have the experience of a 60-year-old person. Back to the relationship, back to yourself. The most important relationship that you will ever encounter in your life is your relationship with yourself. And if that relationship is something that you have a problem with, you would have problem with every relationship that you encounter through the course of your life. So the most important thing for you to do is to sit down and really, honestly judge yourself. Am I happy with myself? What is that I want to change about myself? How can I make that change? I've seen so many people that after a hard day work, when they want to go home, they really don't have the desire to go home because nothing that should be really happening is happening at home. Happy home is a happy person. Most of us don't know how to choose a partner, including myself when I was young. So through this course or through the next year, what I will do, I will take step by step, teach you everything that I have learned, how to choose a partner, how to be an effective husband or wife, effective father or mother, and how to be a good son or daughter. Because if your relationship with your surroundings are fulfilling you as a person, you will be a happy person. One of the things that I would like to discuss at this point is the expectation. In any relationship, there are expectations. As a person, you expect every step that you take in your life, you expect any reward. You expect something happen. Otherwise, you will not take that step. Like right now, my reward is you lead a better life. What better than that? When I get an email and someone tells me that something that I've said has made a difference in their life. So you have a choice. You can turn off and not even listen to me. You can continue listen to me. You see what you learn. You can implement it in your life. You can ignore it. That's your choice. But I'm just doing what I like to do to make a difference. We were talking about expectation. Expectation is something that even though that we all have it, it's something that brings a lot of barrier in life. Let's imagine that you meet someone and you start building a relationship. The first thing that you expect from that relationship is what you need to have. What we need to have to make a relationship work is just be ourselves. Who you are as a person. Who do you want to have as a partner? It's corny if I say relationship is a business, but honestly, that's what it is. When you want to do a business, when you want to go into a partnership with someone, you sit down and really tell them what you need to have and ask them what they want. There is nothing wrong to look at a relationship like a business. It's the honest truth. Love has a lot to do with this, but realizing and acknowledging and finding what love is, it's another subject that we will talk about. Right now, we are concerned about our expectation from a relationship. Relationship with me and my mother, you and your husband with your son. These are everything that we expect from one another. The problem is that everything that we do in life, we want to get something in return. Even though that everything is a business, and every business you expect to get a return, but consider this point that a reward, smile, a touch on a pat on the back, that's a reward. Not everything does not have to be so dramatic. You don't have to really expect to get a lot in return. A smile could be sufficient enough. to take the next step. Isn't that what you started the relationship with? Do you remember the first day that she smiled at you or he smiled at you? That gave you the courage to take the next step. Now that you're in a relationship, you need a lot more. Why is that? Are you putting or giving as much as you expect to get back? Most of us don't do that. Most of us, we just want to take before even thinking of what we need to give. But imagine if you open a bank account. You do not put anything in that bank. Do you go at the end of the month and expect to get something, some interest on whatever you have? If you have zero, you get zero interest. That's how relationship is. You need to invest before you get any return. Unfortunately, I've mentioned this in my book From Persia to Tarangeles, that some of the relationships that we have are the relationships that we are committed to, and the relationship that we were born into. Like your relationship with your parents, our relationship with our children. Through the course of my life, what I have learned is that the most important relationship after the relationship of me with myself is the relationship that I have with my children. This is love that is unconditional. And to me, the only unconditional love that you will ever encounter is that love with your children. No matter what they do to you, they are always your kids. Of course, there are people who are exceptions. I have seen many people who create a beautiful child and never even think about stepping in and acting like a father. One day I was thinking, and life is a stage, and we are all on this stage, and we are all having a role that we want to do our best, like the movie stars that did Oscar. For everything that I do, I want to be the best at. So, to me, the importance that we put on the role that we play in life is what makes us a good actor or a bad one. I'm playing a role of a father, for instance, in this particular moment on this stage of my life. Am I a good father? Am I respecting myself enough to put everything that I have and everything that I need and everything that I can create to make this relationship a better relationship? Because if I expect to get an Oscar for this act that I'm putting on, I need to perform properly. Of course, I'm not saying that we are acting to be a father. No, that's within us. But these are the roles that we play in life, as a husband, as a wife, as a teacher, as a student, or whatever. So bear in mind that what you need to get in return is totally depending on what you have invested in that relationship. And always remember that the moment that you have, if you want to talk about a love relationship, a relationship between two lovers, eventually I will get into specific relationships and I will talk about how to handle each relationship. But I'm just giving you a general idea right now that what other kind of relationships that we are involved in. The one that are mostly we're stuck in and we don't know what to do. I told you about the children. That's our children and they are there till we die. Our parents are the one that we are committed to. I'm committed to my relationship with my partner, my wife. But I want the same commitment back. But the problem is that my commitment and her commitment may not be the same thing. The love from the way I'm sitting and looking at, from the love that she has, may be different. These are the things that we have to talk about. These are the things that we have to solve before we get into a relationship. I'm going to love you. How are you going to love me? When you tell me that you love me, is that the same way that I want to be loved? What is love to me? What is love to you? What do I expect from my lover? What does she expect from me? Every step that you take in life, you need to think about the consequences. If you have watched my videos about cooking that I have on YouTube or on my site, the reason that I think cooking is so important to life is because it's so close to nature. You cook, you start from one point and you get to your next point, which is the new creation that you have. I see so many times that people get involved and they get married, and then the person says, I've lost myself. I'm not the person that I used to be. Well, you're not supposed to be the person that you used to be. Imagine water and sugar. You were water before I met you, and I was sugar, or vice versa. We met each other. Now we have a syrup here. The water is gone, the sugar is gone, but the outcome is the new creation of this and of this togetherness. And you still want to be sugar, and I still want to be water, and that will not happen. And if it does happen, then what have we been doing during this relationship? The whole purpose of getting together is to creating some new way of living a better life. And if you are syrup right now and you're fighting to go back to where you were, which was water or sugar, so you'll be unhappy. So you keep asking yourself all the time, why did I get into this relationship? Because when you get into a relationship, you're not the same person that you were before you made this commitment. And if you want to stay who you are, you should not make a commitment. One thing that you should always remember is that every time that you get into any partnership of any sort, you lose 50% of what you had. Right now, I'm in control of 100% of myself. The minute that I get into a relationship, I only have 50% control of the outcome, because the partner has the other 50. Now imagine we need to have 100% of commitment or of energy or money or work or whatever to make this relationship work. Your partner puts up only 25. For this, the motor of this relationship to run, you need 100%. So I have to put the other 75%. And that's where the problem arises. Because you think you're putting more than you're getting back in return. That's where love comes in, which I will talk about that later. Now, because we've approached this as a business right now, and we want to get the most return out of this investment, so I'm talking about the reality of a relationship. What do I need to have? What do I need to give? What do I need to get? relationship is what will be with you for the rest of your life if you're a person who is committed to that relationship. I know people who get married 3 times, 4 times, they don't like this one, like they change their clothes. Or when they go and buy something that they don't like, they take it back and exchange it for something else. This happens quite often. But the problem is themselves. The problem is not that partner that they're not happy with. Imagine that you are a contractor and you're building, your job is to build. Have you seen anyone who is building be good at demolishing? You need to be who you are. That's why I would always say, I told that to my children, I try to practice myself. It all starts with me and ends with me. I need to know how to lead my life. So when I encounter and I meet someone and I want to get into a relationship, I will tell them who I am. I don't pretend to be something that I'm not simply because I want to attract their attention. That obviously shows you where this relationship is going to lead to. Happiness is what makes life worth living. And it's your job, it's your mission to create that happiness for yourself. In future, I will show you how to approach a happy, successful, and fruitful relationship. What you need to do and what you need not to do. I will leave you with few suggestions. And this is how I would end every video that I do from now on. I will give you a homework. I want you to go back and practice that and work on that. And I would also guarantee that if you follow my instruction and don't question me, just do it. For 30 days. Why do I say 30 days? The first 10 days of when you start something new, the first 10 days you get into a habit. The second, that's the first 10 days you don't question it, you just do it. You take your medicine for the first 10 days. The second 10 days, you question what you do. And then the third 10 days, you'll sit back and watch what you've done. That's why it would take 30 days. And after that, it becomes part of you. And if at the end of the 30 days you didn't love yourself, you did not appreciate what you have learned, and I promise you that you will love yourself more, and you will see the difference that it had made in your life, then stop it, don't do it. But I will know that you'll be satisfied. So the steps are: expectation is good, but keep it to minimum. Do not start expecting before you invest. And do not expect a return over and above your investment. Remember, smile can build a relationship. A frown can destroy a relationship. That easy. So be cautious of everything that you do in a relationship. Watch yourself. When they tell you to be in a moment, that means you need to be aware of every action that you take, of every step that you take, everything that you do. Because the word that comes out of your mouth, the word that comes out of your mouth is you. You need to respect that. When they say talk is cheap, I think I will not say anything that I cannot live up to. That's why I don't say much. So respect yourself enough to know what you're talking about. So the homework is, from now on, work on this. I just want to be a good person. What do I need to do to be a good person? Write this down for yourself. What is a good person to you? What is a good husband to you? What is a good wife to you? Whoever you are, whatever relationship you're working on. And then what do you expect from your partner? Write it down. And everything that you expect from your partner, look on the other side that you wrote down to see, are you that? If you want your partner to be honest, are you honest? So this is your homework. So you're going to write down everything that you expect to receive, and honestly, be fair, write down everything that you're investing. And then evaluate these two. This is your homework till we talk next time, to evaluate everything that you are putting in and looking at everything that you receive. Minimize your expectation, maximize your kindness. Be gentle and respect yourself in every step that you take in life, because that is a representation of who you are. I hope that you have a happy holidays, and in my next video we will make a New Year resolution together. Till then, have a happy life. Thank you.